Today I was working on a lot out in Westmoreland County, a new lot that we have that's coming up. We'll talk about that here shortly. But while we were down there, we're really close to Colonial Beach. And I have hinted at Colonial Beach in a few videos, but I've never talked on it. And I think today is the day that we should talk about Colonial Beach. Colonial Beach is an independent city here in Virginia, and it's a really cool town. We'll talk about why I think it's so cool, but also like some of the personal history that I've had with it and my family's had with it. So again, Colonial Beach is an independent town. It's only about 4,000 people. It's a little golf cart community. So you can drive your golf carts down the main roads. It's just a cool feeling. It's like on the tidal rivers that go into the Chesapeake Bay, crabbing, fishing, shuts down during the winter. There's not much going on down there, although that is changing these days. So when you think about Colonial Beach, you are on the Potomac River. Now the Potomac River is actually Maryland waters, but the land is all going to be in Virginia. Funny enough, there's a restaurant down there, a casino thing that they do like horse races. It's called the Riverboat, and because it's in Maryland waters, they can get away with it because Virginia doesn't really allow gambling. Let's talk about some of the personal history that I've had with it and why it just holds a special place in my heart. So one, my dad actually grew up in the 50s and 60s because my great-grandmother had 2 summer cottages down there. And then when I grew up, my mom bought a 5-acre lot, 1 cove over than Colonial Beach, so Colonial Beach was the closest town. And then my dad's always kept a sailboat in Colonial Beach as well. So Colonial Beach was a place we were there every summer. So some kids grow up maybe on like Lake Anna around here and like the lake. I've always been a Potomac person. So I always enjoy that tidal river, the crabbing, the fishing that comes with the Potomac. Shark's Tooth Island, which we can talk about too. It's just a cool little place. As far as the Potomac River is concerned, this would be a tidal brackish water scenario. So when it gets here in Fredericksburg, the Potomac is actually freshwater. It's considered all freshwater. And you do get those freshwater species like largemouth bass and catfish and bluegill and crappie and that kind of stuff. But when it hits the 301 bridge, which is where Dahlgren is, the naval base, and you can go over to Maryland, that's the line that they consider now saltwater. So you do have a brackish water where they're mixing right there. Then you start getting more into like those rockfish. You still have catfish, but anything that can come from the Chesapeake Bay could come up to that point, and they do from time to time. So if you're looking at Colonial Beach on the map, it's essentially a peninsula off the Potomac River, and Monroe Bay is the other water feature that makes that peninsula. So you have Potomac, Monroe Bay, and the peninsula will be Colonial Beach. Now my mom has the place on Maddox Creek, which is 1 creek over from Monroe Bay. And so again, yeah, we were just always down there living the river life is what we called it every summer. My mom now currently lives there full time and is a resident, built her house there. Another reason why I'm down there all the time. Colonial Beach has a pile of restaurants that you can go to. They even now have a brewery. One of the most historic places is Ingleside Winery. They've been a winery for 50 plus years, so one of the oldest in Virginia. It's right there as well. There's just a lot of cool things you can do in the summer, spring, and fall. Like I said, during the winter, it is a closed downtown. There's still some things going on, but for the most part, it's a popping summer town. They even have a little boardwalk that you can walk on, and there's a couple more restaurants there. And again, a golf cart community. So you can drive anywhere if you live there on a golf cart and get to anything you need to do. There are quite a few public beaches that you can park and pay and spend the day on the beach, or you can come by boat. And that's what I like to do. Come over on a jet ski or by boat, park, and then you can hang out on the beach and kind of enjoy the rest of your day. One of the coolest places, if you're visiting, is Dockside. There's High Tides and Dockside that both kind of have that tiki bar feel. There's sand and picnic tables and that kind of stuff. But cool place to go visit if you're hanging out. They always have live music going on. But there's also, like I said, there's a brewery now, there's a coffee shop, and then they always have like events for Colonial Beach in general. And then you also can go on their website, and they always have a pile of events going on in Colonial Beach between live music and car shows and all sorts of things that you guys can go right on their website. So visit colonialbeachva.com and you can look right at their calendar and see all the events they have going on. All that brings us back to why I was down there, and that is because we have a new listing. It's on the peninsula. If you look at Monroe Bay and Maddox Creek, there's another peninsula right there, and that's where we have our new listing. So it's right around the corner. This little community does have some beach access. If you want to pay for the volunteer HOA, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can have all the amenities that they have. This lot is about a 1/4 acre, tad bit more. It's gonna be listed at $49,900. So if you're looking to build a house, this might be a great lot for you. It's in a great price point, and there are plenty of things you can do around there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'll leave all my contact information in the description below. All right, guys, see you on the next one.